Hi everyone, it's me, Amzun Tukisik here. We're back with another tutorial. So today what I'm going to be teaching you guys is how to do anime compositing or compositing in general. So if you guys don't know what is compositing is basically you remove the background of some anime clip and you wanted to change the background to do some VFX stuff on that, or when you've done the whole VFX scene but you're not doing the color matching yet. So basically it is color matching and you add some element, some extra element to actually make the scene looking better. So that's a compositing. But you guys already know that you guys could see a lot of different compositing tutorial on YouTube already. But to learn this, to master this, there's no way you could learn that in just a single videos. That's why if I have any new thing, or if I have any new idea about compositing, I'm gonna be make an advanced tutorial about it in the future as well. So today what we're gonna do is we're just gonna be learning about some basic thing about compositing, some of the effect for you to actually do that. And I'm also gonna keep the project file link right down in the description if you wanted to break down the scene by yourself. So now let's get right into the tutorial. So talking about compositing, the first basic thing is importing clips and your rotobrush. So talking about rotobrush, there's two different things. Here is I'm not really remember, but seeing the Adobe After Effects 2019, the version 16.1, they have been added the update of the rotobrush, the rotobrush 2.0, which bring up a lot of different things and it's really good. Now it's completely different than rotobrush 1. It's smoother, it's faster, it's much better. So I highly recommend you guys using the After Effects version from 2020 to 2022. But it's still okay if you guys using the older version. It's just gonna take a lot of time, but it's still okay because still have the same setting. So now in Adobe After Effects, first of all, I'm gonna be giving you guys a project file. Yeah, you guys can download this wallpaper in the link in the description as well, and a clip that I'm not even rotobrush. So we're gonna rotobrush this clip right now. So first of all, before we do anything, you need to set the input and the output of the clip, which I already do over there. You're just gonna click on this button and this button right there. Now back to the composition. First of all, we're gonna drag the clip down right over there so that it's gonna create a new composition that have the same setting like the clip, 60 fps, the resolution and some of the other stuff. So once you've done that, what we're gonna do next is you can click the shortcuts Alt and W to bring up the rotobrush 2, or you guys can click on the little button right over there. So when you click on that, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna be double click on the layer of the clip down there. I'm gonna be go very slow on the tutorial because I'm really scared that some of the beginners, when they watching this video, they not understand. So I'm gonna be go very slow with this. So we're gonna double click on that until it's open up a new panels on top of this name layer with the name of the clips. So when you've done that, as you can see, we have a little green dot over there. So wow, I'm gonna be open up the brush here over there. We're gonna open this one to actually setting how big the little green dot gonna be. This one is gonna be looking like this here, light, and the hardest angle. It's basically just some basic settings. So I think that you guys already understand this. So now what we're gonna do first is we're gonna be click and make a little stroke around the objects. I'm not gonna be like even speed up the clip because I really want you guys to actually understand every single thing about this. So let's make a rough stroke like this, and we're gonna keep doing that. So as you can see that it's pop up effect over there. It's have two different versions. The one is classic and 2.0. Here I'm just gonna use 2.0 because it's very good. Why don't I using that? So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna do some basic rotobrush. And if it's way too big, you can set this one. I'm just gonna set it at 3. I don't see the difference when you change the brush size. I see a lot of editor and they're using the brush size really big though. That when I'm trying with the smallest size, it still give the same result. So I don't know. So we're just gonna use H to move the scene, zooming up using the scroll up button on that, the middle mouse button, and can RW to open up the roto brush again. That's basically all you need to do. You can see the little corner right down over there, and you need to hold Alt as well to turn the dot into red. Here now, can RW to now change the, oh come on, the tool from the hand tool to the roto brush, and Alt to actually remove the part. We're just gonna go ahead and remove that. As you can see, we got a lot of things that's going on over there. And now the reason why I'm choosing this clip is on purpose as well, because I wanted to teach you guys a little bit about another thing. When we have a lot of complicated hair going around like this, you guys cannot just use the roto brush tool to do this. So to do this, we have another tool. You're gonna click on this. We're gonna right click. Oh no, it's not. We're gonna click Alt and W again to actually change the tool into a tool named Refine a tool, which is used for some of the hair detail around. For this scene, I'm gonna change the brush size to light, or maybe even more, maybe 13 is good. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make a little mask around this. We're just gonna go ahead, we're just gonna follow the line around this, and that's basically all about it. So we're just gonna go ahead, we're just gonna shade the hair of this. So here we go. So when you've done that, as you can see, it's detect the hair, which really make the process much faster, as well as give a better results. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that until it's looking good for you. It's really looking good for me right now. So what we're gonna click is we're gonna click on the little thing right over there. We need to make sure that the gray line down there gonna go from this until this, and then we're gonna click on freezy, and we're just gonna wait until the clip done the work. Here I'm just gonna skip this part right over there. So I'm just gonna skip this because it's just some loading thing. Alright guys, so I'm finally back with the clip right now. So here is the clip that I just rendering this one on the alpha mode. If you don't know how to do this, you can check the link right out in the description. I'm already even make a tutorial about this as well. So as you can see here, once you've done this, you can see around the edges is looking very clean and good. Here I'm just gonna change the mode to a little bit of transparent. You can see the hair, it's even have some feather around it. It's look really good for me right now. So basically that's how you make a very clean roto brush. So now the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and create a new composition. I'm gonna name this one min, and we're gonna set the preset. You can change it right over there. I'm gonna change the frame rate to 30, the duration probably about 2 seconds, and for the advanced, here is my motion blur setting, but I want to set the shutter angle at 0, sample per frame 164, adaptive limits. Here is my setting, so hit OK. Now the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna drop the background down first. So when you drop the background, we're just gonna scale it up or down. It's gonna depend on whatever setting that you want to. Here I'm just gonna set it looking like this. So once you've done this, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna drop the clip that you just roto brush, drop it down, and as you can see, it's looking completely untouched right now. So what we're gonna doing first is we're gonna make the color in the background. You can change whatever you want. Very complicated to actually explain about this, so I'm gonna go a little bit even slower. So here I want to make decrease the color. This one is red, this one is a little bit of dark blue. I wanted to sync this two of this color a little bit, so I'm gonna be using Tritone for this effect, right? I mean this background right over there. It's gonna depend on the background as well. So basically when you add a background, if it's looking different than me, you can use curve. So you can bring this one up, looking brighter, bring this one down, it's looking darker. Here I'm just gonna bring it down anyways. So we're gonna use Tritone or CC Toner. Here I'm just gonna teach you guys every single effect. So for this one, maybe for example I take this one, you wanna add it at the same color, you can do something like this. put this one up a bit to actually still maintain the a little bit of pink color. Oh, another effect is gonna be named CC Turner. Basically it's still the same, but you can have multiple choice. You can see we still have this, but we have the bright and the dark tone, which is also good. It's really good, but I prefer this, the Tritone effect, because I have been using it for a pretty long time now. I kind of like it, so I'm just gonna set this one down a bit like this. And now we're gonna be I'm just gonna do some basic setting with the background, because I don't want it to be go way too deep about this. I'm just gonna do some basic thing. I can take the tab color correction over there. We got a lot of different color thing over there. Color balance, you can add color balance to actually make the color better. You can change the green, the darkness that you can see over there. We can change the green, so we can do some kind of color balancing. I'm just gonna leave it there. I just not even doing anything yet. So we can use tint to make the black and white color just like this. And vibrant, this one is like saturation, but the difference between saturation and vibrant is when you change the vibrant to the maximum amount, it still maintain the pixel and stuff. But in saturation, when you change the saturation, it's gonna be looking much different. So here I'm just gonna add this for you guys, so that you guys gonna be low what I'm trying to talking about. So for the hue and saturation, I wanted to talk about the master hue as well. You can change the color of the background, which is looking good, and it's really good as well. I'm just gonna leave it like this if you guys want to. But for the saturation, as you can see when I turn this one up, looking definitely really bad. But for the vibrant here, I'm just gonna set the vibrant up. It's look a little bit different, kind of hard to actually like explain though, but as you can see it's have the orange color as well. So that basically was the vibrant effect too. So yeah, we have been go with the background. Now we're gonna go with the main character. So as you can see over there, the background is a little bit bright, when a scene. I'm just gonna be trying to actually explain about this, so give me a sec. I'm gonna go to Google to actually find a reference image for this. So here's what I'm talking about. As you can see that the background is a little bit bright, but the main objects in the middle is looking really dark. As you can see, we have a lot of different thing over there. This one have some light, volumetric light or something like that. I don't really know how it's called, but basically the objects in the middle is dark. So we're gonna do the same thing with this. So to make it dark, like I said, we can use curve. Right at the first step, we can make this one curve. We can put this one down a bit, and we're gonna go with CC Turner. I'm just gonna use CC Turner because I'm using title most of the time, but you can use Turner. So for the Turner, we just don't really need to care about the highlight and the shadow, but I'm gonna be still talking about this anyway. Highlight. So what is highlights? We're gonna choose the brightest point in the background. So maybe this is this highlight, but this one is white, so it's still gonna be white. Mid-tone is not way too bright but not too dark as well, so this part right there. And shadows, the darkest points, it is what it is. So here is what happened when you add this effect. But here I prefer, I'm thinking again, I wanted to have the blue color. Yeah, actually looking good for me. So when you change something, you just basically you can change this like this, and it's still gonna be give the same results like this. As you can see now, it's have the blue color, but it's too much. We're just gonna set it a bit, maybe 67. So the next thing that we're gonna do here is we can change some tint. We're gonna add tint into this. We need to like make it less saturation, so we're just gonna add tint and put this one down, maybe 22, as you can see over there. And now what we're gonna do next is we're gonna be make the backlight of the objects. So to do this, we're gonna create a map layer. So to make a map layer is also very easy. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna be click on the main composition right there, like the composition that we are working on. So click on that, click on Ctrl D. It's gonna be have into two separate like composition. So we're gonna be double click on this. We're gonna change the composition here. I'm just gonna set to a map. And now for the map, kind of hard to explain, but I'm gonna be trying my best. So what is the light? I wanted to be talking about the light in the back. So it's basically something like this. As you can see, the sun and the light get into the objects a little bit. So it is what I'm trying to talking about. So now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna be just gonna trying to actually explain about this, because this one is like really hard for me as well. So if you guys want the backlight get into the main objects, you need to turn this object into a black color so that we could remove that later. So to do that, simply we're just gonna add fill into the main character, and we're gonna change the color to black. And the second thing here is, as you can see, around bits, I wanted to get the light inside it. So to do that, we're gonna use simple choker. It's just gonna make the around the character or the objects gonna be shrink. It's gonna be looking a little bit smaller, about 10 pixels or something like that. I'm just gonna delete all the color correction thing because we already have fill, so it's make no changes. We're just gonna check the choke matte about 1. So here's the difference. That's a bit difference, but it's still a difference. Yeah, better than nothing. So when we done that, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna create a new adjustment layer on top of this. And now we're gonna make the light. We're gonna add deep glow into this, and it's gonna make something like this. So with the tri-hole, I'm just gonna set this one up, and we're gonna make this one, the explode out, this one up. And here's what happened. You got some light around this, and we're gonna make the light, but it's gonna be a little bit blurry as well, so that is when you watch an anime, even though the object is dark, but we want it to be focused on the main objects more than the background, right? So we're gonna add PCC lens blur OBS. You can use fat 4K, whatever effect, whatever blurring effect that you want to. So we're gonna change the iris scale to 3. I'm just gonna say that my PC is like kinda laggy right now. And the gamma, we're gonna say that at light hundreds, making this one looking like this. And as you can see, the around is looking a bit better for me. So yeah, that's basically all. And also, as you can see, we have a little light right down there. So to fix that, motion title, that's basically what we're gonna use. So let's put motion title on top of this, and we're just gonna set this one 10 by 110, and mirror edges. It's probably gonna fix. Oh fuck, why it's not even fix? Fuck off. Anyways, we're gonna change this later. It's like there's a little bit of difference anyway. It's not gonna be affect the whole scene, so don't worry. But it's not a little bit uncomfortable for me, but whatever. So we want to do that. Back to the main composition, drop the map down, and change the mode from normal to add on screen. This one depend on the setting that you want. Screen looking a bit white, and add looking way too bright. So if it's way too bright, then you're just gonna get and change it. So we're gonna change the map by using curve. Too bright, then make it dark. Too dark, then make it bright. That's all I wanted to be talking about. So here's what it is. We're gonna set this one, the curve down a bit more to make the background like this, as well as the color balance. So we're gonna set this one down, and we're gonna use 10. Just gonna set 10, or we're gonna change the CC toner up a bit, and we're gonna use 10 into this, put this one down for a bit, and now it's back to the normal mode. This one is kinda, a lot of lighting. And I wanted to be introduced you guys to another setting that I'm using as well. I'm gonna be teaching you guys 2 different things. So for this one, I'm gonna be use another effect limb. That's directional blur. Oh, I'm gonna use Psy. We're gonna use Psy from Chapco Suits. This one, Suite. I don't know how to pronounce it, but the download link gonna be in the descriptions. So we're gonna add this one over there. As you can see, it's make some light like this. So we're just gonna change the colorize. You can change it in one color. You can change whatever color you want. So basically, it's just make the light ray in the background. And when you're done, we're gonna change the mode as well. Now you can change the light. Well, we're gonna change this one down or whatever it is. And you can see this is basically what we're talking about. Oh, another effect's name I don't really remember, but yeah, let me try to find it really quick. It's gonna be radio fast blur. So this is radio fast blur. We're gonna change this one to brightness, and we're gonna put this one up. So here's another effect as well. We're actually gonna change that over there. It's actually not a little bit of difference, but yeah, that's a lot of different effect that you can use. So here I'm just gonna stay with my favorite one, deep glow. And the lesson that we're gonna do over there is we're gonna be go ahead, create another adjustment layer. Here's we just gonna make some final touch to the scene. So for the scene here, you can see what you guys wanted to do is this one way too bright, and you wanted to make this one net saturation. So here I'm just gonna use hue and saturation. We're gonna put this one down a bit, and then we're gonna use look, which is also gonna do something with that. Add look into that. We're gonna add curve. We can use curve in Nook effect, but I don't know for some reason curve in Nook effect actually looking bad for me. I'm just gonna bring this one down. I'll put this one up like this. Oh, good. And look, we're gonna add look into that. So look is gonna be depend on your favorite whatever effect that you want to. So for the subjects, we can use some. Oh shit, someone calling me. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go ahead and you're going to choose whatever effect that you want. Maybe some spot build. It's gonna be something like this. Yeah, it's gonna be something like this. You can set it. It's make a bit of difference. But yeah, we're gonna keep on. You can use diffusion to actually put the glow, but we don't need that in this background. But if you're using another background, like some of the different background, then maybe sometimes you're gonna need it. Actually, I'm gonna make an in-depth tutorial about color as well. So as you can see, the highlight too much, put the highlight down. Here is how. Okay, as you can see, it's looking grayer, and the shadow up or down. As you can see, here's what happened. I'm just gonna put both of them down. And for the lens, we're gonna ask net edge sharp. Edge sharpness. Actually, highlight the main character over there, and you can add different thing as well. Maybe haze, make some haze around camera. Denoiser actually looking good, but I'm just not gonna use this. Loot. So loot is just something that you can using some preset. You can use some loot that we have on this loot utility. This one looking good. As you can see, it's look really good. Well, you can use some some preset over there, but you can use this one. So for this one, you can use Mojo 2. Mojo 2 is not really good here. Take Lead is also one of my favorite. So there's a lot of different things that you can play around when you making this kind of thing. So here is my philo thing. And now the last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add some flare. So I'm just gonna paint some flare. Oh, I just set this one into green because I was make green screen, but it's the default one is gray actually. So we're gonna click on clear all. I'm adding optical flare effect. Go to preset browser if you wanted to save the times, and you can do whatever type thing you want. Maybe you can use the sun about like this, put it up like this, and we're gonna change the render mode to untransparent. And here it is. You guys can do whatever you want with the stuff that you are trying to make. So I'm just gonna move the boy up over there, and we can add some dirt into that as well. So for the dirt, let me find that. We're gonna go into program file. That's a way that you guys could get the dirt overlay in like the optical flare texture. So we're gonna go into video copilot, optical flare. You can copy it on top of there. We're gonna go into glass, and here I'm just gonna use the thing that we are trying to find. So it is, we have a lot of different thing over there. You guys can choose whatever you want. Here I'm kind of like speed running, so I'm just gonna choose something that I want. Maybe doggy. Put this one down, set this one to screen, and then we're gonna click on the mask tool. We're gonna make a little mask around this one because we don't want this one way too much. So we're just gonna go ahead and do something like this. and then we're gonna invert this, put this one, the pixel up, and we're just gonna put this one down a bit as well. And also one more thing here is I don't want, you know, the little white thing. So to do that, actually you can just add curve, is remove the white thing as well. So it's kind of useful. I'm gonna set this one to add, and yeah, that's basically all I'm trying to talking about today about compositing. So here's before and after. I wanted to give you guys some comparison as well. Before, we got some effect into this, effect, map, some overlay, philo touch, flare. So that's basically all. I really hope you are gonna be enjoys the tutorial, and see you guys in my next videos. But yeah, bye bye. Oh god, I'm so tired, bitch.